Hi everybody, welcome back to my vlog, Sweet Caroline RD2B. We have special guest Maddie Lupel back with us today. Today she's going to be teaching us how to make a roasted tomato kale soup. Maddie, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you again for having me, Caroline. I appreciate it.
Of course.
So, like Caroline said, what we're making today is a roasted tomato kale soup. And I don't know about y'all, but I crave soup so much in the wintertime. It's just so homey and comforting. And on top of that, with it being kind of that cold and flu season, it's nice to be able to pack in a bunch of healthy phytochemicals and antioxidants to help with our immune systems. So obviously with soup you can get in a lot of those nutrients, a lot of different vegetables. Oh, our oven's already preheated. That's good. We're just about ready. So anyways, so yeah, soups are a great way to pack in a bunch of healthy antioxidants and phytochemicals and everything. So yes, and this recipe is also vegan and paleo friendly and gluten free, and if you have any special dietary needs, it could probably accommodate you very easily. Even though you can buy a lot of different soups at the supermarket, one thing that's great about homemade soups is that you're also, even though we're still using a little bit of salt, we're still decreasing the salt by a lot, which is good for blood pressure and everything.
Yes.
So before we get into it, we're so excited to have you. All right, so here's our ingredients that we'll be using for our recipe. We've got We've got a package of, they're called Campari tomatoes, and they're sweeter, so I thought that would just kind of add like a nice, sweet, robust flavor to our soup. We've also got one red pepper that we roughly cut up, and then we've got half of a sweet onion sliced with 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. And then we've also got about 2 cups of kale, or 2 to 3 cups of kale going on right here. And then we've also got about 2 cups of tomato puree. And then we've got, this is a half a cup of chicken broth mixed with, or you could also use vegetable broth, mixed with 1 cup of almond milk. You could use any type of milk you want though. And then we've also got our olive oil that we'll be cooking with and kind of roasting our vegetables in. And then we've also got a little bit of salt and pepper, half a teaspoon each. And then I've also got a mix of rosemary, oregano, and thyme in here, about 2 to 3, or about a tablespoon each. All right, guys, so we cut our tomatoes in half here just to help them cook quicker, or roast quicker. But I'm just going to get you, Caroline, to arrange these on our pre-greased baking pan. Good job. And then I'm going to just add the roasted red peppers right next to the tomatoes. All right, and we're also going to arrange our onions and our garlic on it. Perfect. So I'm going to hand this to you to arrange on top. Or arrange next to it, not on top. And then I'm going to just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top of all of these. About a tablespoon's worth. And then, Caroline, I'm going to get you to sprinkle half of our salt and pepper on top of our vegetables. Great job sprinkling. So now we're going to put these in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. So we'll be back. Alright guys, so I'm going to get started on kind of putting our soup part together. So I'm just going to heat up about another tablespoon of oil into our pan here, or skillet. We're just going to let that heat up. And then I'm going to add in the kale and then the rest of our spices into this mix. So we've got our the rest of our salt and pepper, and then our thyme, basil, oregano type mix. So remember, that's 2 teaspoons each of, I think I said it wrong the first time, but 2 teaspoons each of basil, oregano, thyme, and then rosemary. I'm gonna add in the spices. So we've got our spices. And what's nice about adding the spices in the beginning of when you're cooking is that it'll kind of be kind of like a base for your flavor and everything. So if you were to add the salt in the beginning, it'll be more of a subtle taste of saltiness, as opposed to if you're going to put it at the end, after you, let's say, saute the kale, then you're going to have more of a pungent, salty taste. So it's always good to add at the beginning. So we're taking out our vegetables because they're ready now. We're just going to let them cool while our kale is still cooking up and everything. I was cooking this kale at medium-high heat, and then I reduced it down, or I decreased the temperature to a low, and then I'm gonna add in my tomato puree first, and then my almond milk and broth mixture, and then we're just gonna kind of mix it all up, let it simmer. Just gonna mix it. Okay, so we got our base simmering now, and we're gonna add in our roasted veggies, and then we're just going to let it simmer some more for maybe about 20 minutes. Guys, so our soup is finished, and if you want to, you can go ahead and let it cool and stick it in the blender for a more puree type of soup. We're gonna leave it chunky just for simplicity's sake, and we're gonna serve it up. I've got some garnishes here, so I've got some sunflower seeds and some microgreens, but y'all can use anything. You can garnish it with avocado, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of cream, so it's very versatile. Also, one thing that's really great about soups like this tomato soup is that you can use it, it's very versatile, so you can use it as a sauce for pasta, you can braise chicken in it, you can bake eggs in it, so there's a lot. It can go, you can use it for a lot of things, so that's really nice too, especially when you have like a, when you want to be budget friendly or you're cooking for one, so that's just something to keep in mind too. So I'm going to go ahead and serve this up, and we'll show you all the end result.
Okay, that concludes today's vlog. Thank you so much, Maddie, for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me again, Caroline. It is always a treat to be on your vlog.
We will post pictures of the final product of the soup as well as the recipe on my Instagram page, so check that out.
Please check it out. Bye, guys.